what it is. I know it's been a while since we actually spoke about some Miami Dolphins, but I wanted to give you my opinion as far as the Miami Dolphins 2018 draft. This is all my opinion, not experts, all me. And I would like to say before we get started, I'm proud of the Miami Dolphins for not drafting a quarterback, because you cannot believe the hype that we were getting around Baker Mayfield possibly being a Miami Dolphin. Like, that made me sick. Some of the fans, y'all know who y'all are. Y'all are just not loyal. I said it from the beginning, ever since Jay Cutler started stinking up the Miami Dolphins organization with the fact that, hey, Ryan Tannehill is our guy. I don't want to hear Matt Moore chants anymore. I don't want to hear no other quarterback chant. Ryan Tannehill is our guy. Some may think he will not take us to the big one, but hey, you never know. He was making strides in 2015. But anyway, starting off, Minka Fitzpatrick, defensive back out of Alabama, 11th overall. To be honest, it was a little bit unexpected for the Miami Dolphins to make this move. I said this many times during last Madden stream, that we have two good safeties. People downplay TJ McDonald, but you gotta remember, TJ McDonald was suspended for the first 8 games, so technically he didn't really get his feet under him as far as him being acclimated into the Miami Dolphins defense. So it's up in the air. But Minka Fitzpatrick, I did my homework too as well. Great, can play safety, can play nickel corner. Great, real great, versatile. But as far as the safety position, I think the Miami Dolphins, there was early talks during the offseason that we were going to move TJ McDonald, make him some type of a hybrid linebacker, something like that. But time will tell. Who knows? Training camp is going to be very interesting. But to be honest with you, Minka Fitzpatrick, it's kind of a little head scratching to me because of the fact that safety wasn't exactly a position of need. But in a way, I understand it was more of the best available around those lines. Second up, we have Mike Gesicki, I believe that's how you say that, tight end out of Penn State, selected 42nd overall. Tight end was a huge priority of need, considering how Julius Thomas didn't live up to promise. We had old ass Anthony Fasano in the mix, not really a receiving threat. But currently on the roster, all I can think of right now is AJ Derby. But he's a favorite of mine. But I think Mike Gesicki brings a whole different dynamic to the table as far as a receiving threat. Maybe 6'5", man, is going to be an excellent toy for Ryan Tannehill to play around with. So I'm liking that. And the knocks as far as him not being able to block, look at it this way, like, nowadays in the NFL, you don't really need a tight end to block. As long as they're dominant and being able to cause a mismatch problem for the defense, linebacker, defensive backer, doesn't matter. That's all you need, to be honest with you. And honestly, that's more of a Adam Gase kind of guy. Cause mismatch problems. Next up on the list, we have Jerome Baker, linebacker out of Ohio State, 73rd overall. When I look at his build, he's more of like a hybrid type. And like, before we went into this draft, like, people had a problem with our linebackers. Like, yeah, I know Lawrence Timmons ended up getting released, so that basically leaves us with Kiko Alonso, Stephon Anthony, excuse me, and Chase Allen on the roster, and of course Raekwon McMillan is coming off the ACL injury. Honestly, people are knocking Kiko Alonso as far as his play. Like, you know, like, I don't understand it. Like, he only had 1 tackle less than what he had last year, I believe. I'm gonna have to look at that again. But to be honest with you, you forget he was making a position change and didn't exactly play to people's expectations. But still, you can't just remove him from the equation. Now, who knows? I like Stephon Anthony. He was a former first-round pick. I really did not see enough of him in the 2017 season. I like what I saw in that New England Patriots game as far as pass defense, but who knows? Kiko Alonso may be pushed out. Raekwon McMillan, of course, most likely is going to be pushed in that middle spot. Jerome Baker may be on them outside, one of them outside linebackers. So there's going to be a lot of speed on this Miami Dolphins linebacking core. Next up, we have the highly criticized Durham Smythe, tight end, 123rd out of Notre Dame. There's a huge knock on him being able to only being a blocking tight end, but hey, we need a depth of tight end, and to be honest, there's no such thing as a blocking tight end in my opinion. If you're going out to catch a pass, you can catch that pass, to be honest. Not exactly a threat, but hey, it gets the job done. I think being a great blocker is a great asset to having on one side a tight end that is a great receiving threat. Now, next up we have Kaelin Balzs. I fuck with that name. I like that. Ballage. Say it again. Ballage. 131st out of Arizona, running back. Great fresh legs because he has split duty at Arizona. I like this dude because look at this. He's 6'2". He's 6'2". I'm not really a fan of big, tall backs because the defenders end up going for them knees. I'm not really a fan of that. But look at him as a 6'2" running back, right? He can basically split out, catch the ball out of the backfield, and runs a 4.40. So he's got some killer speed on him. So I like this. This is an Adam Gase guy, another Adam Gase guy, where you can basically line up as a running back and then formation out to play the slot receiver or go out or outside to play receiver. Whatever you want him to do, he's capable of doing it. Now I'm not sure how that's going to work out with Kenyon Drake because he's versatile. Frank Gore, he's gonna basically come in for some carries, so I'm not sure how that's gonna work. And of course, we have Jakeem Grant back there, but like I said, time will tell. It's gonna be interesting to see what Adam Gase is able to do with Kaelin Balzs. But I like, out of all the picks on the Miami Dolphins draft, this has to be my favorite pick right here. Now, next up we have Cornell Armstrong, defensive back out of Southern Mississippi, 209th. I believe this is a depth move, not exactly eye-popping off the screen. I like he's a great tackling corner. That's one of my personal favorites about corners. A little small, undersized guy making tackles. I like that. Next up, we have Quentin linebacker, 227th out of Ohio. Yeah, another depth move, possibly a special teams type player. Not really too much to say about him. And last but not least, we have Jason Sanders, the kicker, 229th, coming out of New Mexico. You know, we needed a kicker. Not really. Like, we lost Cody Parkey. We need a new kicker coming in. You never know with kickers these days. I highly, in my experience of watching kickers, I would prefer to get him late than early, so you wouldn't waste a pick on him. But all around, as far as the picks, I prefer if I was to go over this again, the first overall pick was Minka Fitzpatrick. To be honest, I really wanted Vita Vea, the defensive tackle. Obviously, we didn't go in that direction. I'm also happy that we didn't get a quarterback in the draft. We don't need a quarterback. People are hating on Brock Osweiler as well. Look, he's a backup. You got to look at him as the quarterback instead of looking at him as the Houston Texans quarterback, instead of looking at him as the Cleveland Browns quarterback, look at him as the quarterback that he was with Denver, where he put up sufficient ass numbers, but it wasn't that great, just enough to get the job done, especially against that New England Patriots game. Look at that film. Look at that film. You scratch away everything else because he was in the Adam Gase system, so there's some kind of connection there. But other than that, I'm not exactly. He can get the job done. I have faith that he can get the job done. But let me know what you guys think. You know what it is. If you enjoy the content, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. This is GreatOne DeVore. I'm up out of here.